Alright guys, name is Tyler aka Nanogenix, and today guys we were talking some Dragon Ball Legends, honestly pretty hype stuff today. Before we begin though, a couple shout outs. One, to the Legends subreddit, because I was browsing the Legends subreddit this morning, or actually just a few moments ago really, and saw this and was like, hold up, what? All this stuff is coming to the game, are you kidding me? So anyway, shout out to them, as well as a shout out to legends.dbz.space. A link to both of those will be down below, because this video would literally not even be possible at all without dbz.space. So a huge shout out to my dude Renzi for the awesomeness that is this. Now, one thing you'll notice as I'm looking at the characters that it's sort of showing should be available right now, we have the Sparking Final Form Frieza, the Sparking Ginyu, and the Sparking Kid Gohan. Now, if you sort of follow the Legends subreddit, or you follow some other YouTubers here that cover this game, you probably will have heard about these before already, which is totally fine. We're not really going to talk about them. Just noting that these are showing there, as well as like a Final Form Frost. These are probably what's going to release next. And I don't know if they'll all come out at the same time or however it might be. So what we're about to actually take a look at over here on this extras page is something we might not see for like a good minute, because it's a lot of stuff. Like, it's a lot of Sparking characters. Like, I literally couldn't put the name of each sort of character that I think is hype and I'm excited for in the title of this video, because there's just so many of them coming out. So just a heads up that the stuff we're looking over here on this list is definitely probably more realistic as to coming out sooner than later versus the stuff over here. Now, again, super random. I think whenever we saw this Broly, we actually hadn't even seen the Broly really. We just knew that there was some form of a new Broly coming out, and we thought we'd see like Final Form Frieza, the Kid Gohan, and the Ginyu first, and then we got Broly randomly. So, you know, there's really no telling what all they're going to do with this game moving forward. But just a heads up, if you're watching this getting excited for some of these characters we're talking about, it's very possible we may not see them for like a good minute. So let's take a look. Now, one thing as we move through all these characters, you'll notice there's a ton of Super Saiyan Gokus. You should have already known that was the thing that's going to happen with this game. Goku is an incredibly widely known character, and so it's just something that they'll probably use him as campaigns, especially within the App Store, stuff like that. You know, the newly updated and stuff like that, and they'll show off a new Sparking Goku to sort of get people back into the game in case they have left. So something we'll probably see a lot is an SSJ Goku. Now, one thing you may notice that we actually get to see as we're moving through these characters, it was to kind of sort of get an idea of where these characters are from in these sort of Z, Dragon Ball, Super, GT, or whatever it might be, because it gives us an actual tag here with the Android Saga. So that's actually a pretty legit thing that we can kind of sort of see. Now, one that I'm going to skip ahead, and we'll come back to this, that I thought was weird as I was going through these, and I may have missed one too as we do go through these, is the Caulifla has a Majin Buu Saga Z tag. Now, I don't know why that is. That makes almost no sense to me, because like, she literally is not shown until nearly Tournament of Power, or the build up to Tournament of Power in Super. We don't even see her in the Universe 6 vs. 7 arc, so it's kind of weird that that's sort of what they have here, but it is what it is. And so that one could be off, but most of them, from what you can tell, are pretty much spot on with what we would expect them to be. So let's go back, let's take a look. So we've got Super Saiyan Goku from the Android Saga, and the other thing too, I did want to note that as we move through this game, there was a sort of rough patch in Dokkan sort of releasing of units where every unit that had a Kamehameha ability got that one, and it looked the exact same. Now, they've been really good in the last sort of year or so, where the super attacks that they are building out in Dokkan Battle look fantastic. Very different. Some of the assets may look the same, but at the end, they look great. Like Future Gohan, the most recent one, does a Kamehameha sort of attack, or maybe it was a Masenko. Either way, they add in Masenko and Kamehameha. They both look very similar in Dokkan Battle, but they add in the effect of him slamming his opponent into a destroyed sort of Future West City, and that's sort of a nice touch. So I'm hoping that as we do move through these and get these more SSJ Gokus releasing, the thing that differentiates them is their main abilities, and you sort of see different techniques, instant transmission Kamehameha, etc., an actual Dragon Fist. They call it the one that's in the game right now, like Super Dragon Fist or something like that, when in all reality, we want to see him punching with an actual like dragon. So anyway, then we have Super Saiyan Vegeta, which also is from the Android Saga. And if you're already looking ahead, you can see that we are getting a 17 and an 18. We'll get there in just a sec. We have a Super Saiyan Trunks, also from the Android Saga. So this is one we can expect. Now, I do want to skip ahead just a little bit one more time. Not this one, it doesn't look like. It definitely looks like it's something different. This is the one we can use, the yellow one, I believe, from the actual story mode. Then there's also the red one we use from the story mode here of the Goku, and the yellow one of the Super Saiyan, the Legendary Super Saiyan Broly that we can also fight in the story mode are all uploaded here. They may eventually be actual characters we can use. Who really knows as far as that goes, but one would assume that this Super Saiyan Trunks is actually different from that yellow one that we use as a sort of friendly ally in the actual story. So going back really quick, then we have a new Trolls, which also has a saga from the movie. So once he actually releases, depending on his sort of link set and what he does, we may be able to run an actual saga for the movies, somewhat at least main 3 team with Trolls, the Pycon, as well as the Broly, because all those have that saga from the movies tag. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Then we have a future Mai, which doesn't actually have a tag at all, which I thought was intriguing. She was one of the first ones I clicked on just because I think fighting as Mai might be kind of cool to do. Mai doesn't have a great unit in Dokkan Battle. Her intelligence one has a stun, which is not terrible. Her art on the intelligence one is fantastic. Her waifu one also looks pretty cool too, but definitely cool to see them potentially adding a future Mai into this game as well. Another Super Saiyan Goku, also with the Android Saga tags. I don't really know what's going on here. A more insight to how we're looking at this is basically what Renzi does with his site is it's able to pull the assets that have been uploaded to the servers. So what we're seeing here is basically sort of test style environment units. That's why there isn't any sort of like actual preview like this right here on them whenever we go into them, is because they're just sort of test units. So the actual stats too don't really mean a whole lot. They're probably just placeholder stats, and they could definitely change by the time its official release is here. Just a huge sort of heads up as far as that goes as we move through the rest of these characters. We're getting a Sparking Krillin, guys. We're actually getting a Sparking Krillin. It's pretty exciting because the Krillins right now are okay, I guess, but an actual Sparking one, hopefully a very good one, could be actually pretty cool, and they could do a lot of cool stuff with him. So that's definitely an exciting thing here too. We're getting a 17, because what would an Android Saga release be without a 17 and an 18, as well as a 16, although he is down a little bit further. We'll get to him in just a second. Android Saga for the 18 as well, and then of course they can make a ton of Android 18s. That's really not surprising here. We're getting an SSJ Kabe. Also, he doesn't have a tag either, but that's fine. It's just weird that Caulifla has the Majin Buu Saga tag. I don't really get that, but it is what it is. Now then, this one is actually, I'm very ready to see this guy's card art, as well as this guy's in-game sort of transformation, not transformation, because they have transformations, but you guys, this character model, which I mean, I know we can probably sort of get an idea from Xenoverse series, but still, pretty exciting to see a Super Trunks coming out already. I personally am a fan of it. I just think Super Trunks looks cool. I think Super Vegeta looks cool as well, which is, if you notice, there's one below him as well. But we'll get, again, as I said, we're trying to move through these pretty quickly, but it's just exciting. We're getting King Piccolo Saga Youth Goku, so this is not a GT Goku. This is an actual Dragon Ball Goku. And as you notice, we are getting some GT characters, so that is definitely worth mentioning. We're getting a Super Saiyan Vegeta from GT, which is definitely intriguing. The Super Baby Saga GT Vegeta, which is definitely nice to see them differentiating that out. Would definitely be exciting to see a baby Vegeta in this game. Then, moving on to a Bardock. We are getting a Sparking Bardock, and he has a new tag. At least I haven't noticed this in the original game. If I've missed it, let me know down below. But Anime Original Sagas for the Sparking Bardock, which is definitely a very, very cool thing to see them doing moving forward with these characters. We are getting a King Piccolo, because what would a sort of King Piccolo Saga release be without an actual King Piccolo himself? Then we're getting a First Form Frieza, which, as you saw, there is a Final Form Frieza already pretty close to ready to go. We're getting a Sparking First Form Frieza now to go along with it as well. Very, very possible that First Form Sparking Frieza is something that we actually get for free, obtain in game or something like that, because, well, we get a Spirit Bomb Goku for free, so why not go ahead and add more free Sparking units in the game that are actually pretty good. Then we're getting a GT Kid Goku from the Black Star Dragon Ball Saga, which is also a pretty cool, I mean, you know, it is cool in and of itself. This is not SSJ2, which I was kind of like, oh, well, I mean, that's okay, I guess. But we are getting an SSJ1 Gohan Youth. You notice I didn't say teen, because some people get weird about calling him a teen, since he technically was like, what was he, 11 or something like that during Cell Saga, so calling him a teen is somewhat inaccurate, but still, getting an SSJ Gohan is towards the right direction. SSJ2 Gohan is one of my favorite sort of transformations and sort of favorite forms of any character in all of Dragon Ball, so very excited potentially be getting SSJ2 Gohan very, very soon. Then there he is, Super Vegeta, also from the Cell Saga tag as well. Very ready to get my hands on Super Vegeta. I'm just excited to see what these cards actually look like the actual card art on the phone because they've been knocking out all the card arts in the game. Like, even the hero characters have great looking card art. So definitely excited to see what some of these look like. We're gonna get Fuse with Kami Piccolo. That one's sort of not as hype. I like the Piccolo I currently have, but also Cell Saga Piccolo right there as well. Then moving past that, we are getting a 16. As I said, it's weird that he was bounced down so far away and Kabe was split from Kale and Caulifla, but still very exciting to see that 16 is getting a sparking unit. A cooler, not a, or Coolra, not a final form though. So that's definitely intriguing. You'll see something here in a second we're about to get to that is also probably goes along with this cooler. We'll release alongside the cooler because as you can see there, he is Sagas from the movies just like the others. A perfect form Cell already coming out too. I imagine that'll be his perfect form and then his sort of just perfect Cell. You know, his final form that SSJ2 Gohan eventually fights him in. Then we're getting a Bojack also. This one had a strange tag, being Majin Buu Saga versus Sagas from the movies. I assume that's probably just a wrong tag, similar to Caulifla's. And then we get to Caulifla, Zamasu, and Kale. Again there, the weird sort of thing with her. I don't know what that's all about. I don't think Zamasu has a tag either. He doesn't. But definitely exciting to see Zamasu because Rose's release on this game will be massive. Will be absolutely massive. Then the Berserker Kale also not having a tag. Very exciting to be getting Kale and Caulifla. She will go well. If you've been just pulling pans, she's going to be a very, very good support unit to run alongside these guys because she will buff them so much. And I think mine's 5-star now because I pulled so many of her. So it'll be very, very nice to get an actual team that sort of synergizes with her and able to run a team that gets her benefits. And then last but not least, this Sparking Goku, which has a Sagas from the movies tag. So he's probably the one from the Cooler movie. That probably makes the most sense, in my opinion, just because we're getting Korra, so why not go... I even just call him Korra. We're getting Cooler, so why not go ahead and match him with the actual Goku itself? I can see them doing a Sagas from movies type banner and releasing Bojack trolls. That Goku and Cooler all together. But there you go, guys. That is everything there. The things I'm probably most excited for are finally having an actual sparking SSJ Vegeta to use. Also, the Super Vegeta and Super Trunks are pretty awesome. And these sort of Caulifla and Kale will be exciting to use too. Honestly, there's a lot of good stuff here. There's pretty much nearly everything I'm somewhat moderately excited about getting in this game. But the standouts are those I just mentioned. So anyways, guys, if you're new to the channel, enjoyed what you saw today, consider going down there, hitting that red subscribe button, and joining the hashtag NanoFam today. So slap a like on today's video. As more news releases, we will be covering it. It's definitely exciting to hop in and actually cover Legends news today. So definitely stay tuned for all those things. Guys, have a great, great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix sign off, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.